is good, my people? I'm so glad you could be here today. It is Saturday. Yeah, I'm your host, Jeff Taylor. By day, I'm a distinguished gentleman. By night, I'm a live stream host, baby. Welcome to my set. I'm so glad you could be here. Guess what? I got an exciting guest tonight. None other than the lovely Miss Carrie Harrington. From the Sounds of Blackness, baby. You know, worldwide traveler, multiple Grammys. I don't know where she finds the shelves for all of these things. We're going to bring her in just a moment. What's good, man? I'm so glad you guys could join me today. Hey, real quick, I want to get into a news bit because you say, what is the news? I got news. You know, I always got news, man. I always got news. Dig it. What's the news today? The Sounds of Blackness. These folks right here, let me just tell you about the Sounds of Blackness. They've been doing this for 50-something years, man. This group goes so far back, bro. Like, you know, organizing people to sing and perform, to uplift the black community is something that this group has been about for their entire existence. And they've been together for over 50 years. You know, they do paid gigs, yeah, because they got Grammys and stuff, but dig this, man. They also just go to shows around the churches in the community, trying to uplift people, man. And it's an amazing thing. And the group has changed so much over the years, but yet it remains the same. It's one of those things that has changed, but it remains the same, you know. And I'm impressed by the fact that they're able to keep so many talented people together in a group at any given time and keep them under the same guidance, under the same message, which is the message of love, sharing that message of love. This guy right here, that's Dr. Gary Hines. You know, this is what he does, man. He puts these people together, keeps his music strong, and he's been writing songs that you know and love for a long, long time. Songs like Optimistic, a song that you can't not have heard if you were a black person growing up in the ghettos of America. So our guest today is none other than Miss Carrie Harrington. And what's unique about Carrie is if you've ever heard that song, you know the one I'm talking about. You know the song. Well, here's the thing. Everybody knows this joint, right? Everybody knows this joint. Amazing group, Sounds of Blackness, okay? Okay. Here's what's cool about my guest, though. Here's what's so dope about my guest right now. My guest, Miss Carrie Harrington, is somewhere snuggled in the middle there, right down in the middle. But she has the unique pleasure of being the first vocal you hear on this classic song, man. This classic ghetto anthem, bruh. This is Miss Carrie Harrington. She is the voice of the Sounds of Blackness Optimistic, the first verse. Dig this. That's Carrie. That's Carrie Harrington. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, because I can't control myself when I have a guest as fun as Carrie in the booth, I'm just going to go ahead and bring her in. Ladies and gentlemen, this lovely lady right here that you hear us sing, that's Carrie. Carrie Harrington, everybody. Carrie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh. It's so good to be speaking with you, Jeff.
Oh my goodness, we go way back, bruh.
Right,
I've known you
right. I
forever.
know.
You was a baby when you joined that group.
I'm still a baby.
You still a baby. Carrie, so nice to see you, ladies and gentlemen. Carrie Harrington. Carrie, so
Hey, y'all.
for me, it's if I were you, I would have a T-shirt on everywhere I went that said "optimistic" on the front and then verse 1 on the back. I really would, because that's quite a position, don't you think? I mean, I hadn't thought about it really until I was doing this interview, and I thought that's Carrie is the first voice I hear on that song. That's big.
You know what? It's funny because actually when I went into the studio with everyone, I was sick that day. I had a cold. So yeah, it was an interesting day, and I never really thought about the importance of that song because I think I was just trying to deal with the cold and then, trying to make sure that, I hit it, because you know how Terry and Jimmy are. You got to hit it. You got to hit it. You got to be that one take. So I think all of those things were coming into play for me as I was, recording. But now looking back and looking, throughout the years, it's just like, wow, this song has been important to so many people, and it has touched so many people's lives. So, it's just now, now I'm in awe because it's like this song it will never die because it's a classic and it's something that will always be uplifting
Isn't that
to
amazing?
everyone.
We didn't really see that
Yeah.
coming, did we, Carrie?
No, not at all. I'm telling you, I was just trying. I was in the studio like, ooh, Lord, let me get this right,
I
because
know, and
you
you
know.
nailed it without question. You nailed it, and you know what? I watched your confidence grow over the years because I seen you do that thing live many, 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 many times, and no matter how you were feeling or what was going on, when that beat
Yeah,
dropped, you knew you were the first one to have to hit it
that's
in key
right.
on point.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the hardest thing to do, is to do a song like that, an iconic type of song over and over and over again because you have to do it each time like it's the first time.
Right. And
Because, it's not about you, it's about the people. So, you got to reach the people. So you can't be up there half stepping
now,
each and
Carrie,
every time. It's like
you
the
guys,
first time.
and that's true. I mean, you work with Jam and Lewis, and you work with Gary closely, and Gary, gets it done. He puts you where you need to be and make sure you stays there.
Yes.
And he's been
Yes,
somebody
yes,
that's
yes,
been,
yes.
he's been a mentor in my life as well as I know he's been a mentor in yours, and I'm
Oh my
grateful for
gosh,
the
yes.
doctor and the experiences with
Yes.
those guys. Now, but this song, like I said, we didn't see that this was going to become a classic that it's become, and the funny thing and the best thing I guess for me is that knowing the origins of the song and the intentions of the song, how it was meant to uplift people at a time before before COVID and before Black Lives Matter, et cetera, et
Mhm.
cetera. We were sending that message a long time ago, and now it seems
Yeah.
with Minneapolis of all places for all this to happen, you guys have been
Mhm.
there putting this message out, and now it seems pertinent and on point, doesn't it?
Right, and relevant, right. Absolutely. Like I said, it will never die because the message is so important. I mean, the music, of course, you can groove to the music, but I think a lot of people find comfort in the message. So, if you have a good message, that transcends over years and generations. And so, yeah, this song is definitely will always be relevant and on point.
All right, that song bigger than us. It's bigger than everybody. It's bigger than We Are the
Yeah.
World now, if you ask me. They talk about some of the top
Right.
songs in the history of the world. Let me give you an idea of what they consider to be some of the greatest songs of all time. Are I'm gonna give you a little rundown here and see if I can find this list. Top of that list, best songs of the century. When the Saints Go Marching In, Louis Armstrong. We'll give Louis his love. But here's one,
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
Are My
yeah.
Sunshine by Jimmy Davis. And if I'm not mistaken, it's You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine.
Okay, wait, is it that one or is it wait a minute, who's saying
This is,
you are the
yeah, that was Bill
sunshine of...
Withers,
No,
right?
that's Stevie. Oh, that's Bill Withers.
That's Bill
Yes, yes,
Withers.
yes, yes.
No, wait a minute. You Are the Sun. No, that's Stevie
Okay.
that's saying You Are the Sunshine of My Life.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
wait a minute. You gaslighting me now. Okay, that's
no,
yes.
that was Stevie. But this particular You Are My Sunshine is by Jimmy Davis, and I'm not sure who he is unless he is unless they reworked it to
Right.
be something better. But my point is, Optimistic is not on that list,
Yeah, isn't that something?
and it should be
Well,
on that list.
it should be. Hopefully one day it will be, because I think that a lot of songs, will cater to a particular demographic or a particular group of people, but
Mhm.
this song touches everybody. This
Yeah,
song, it touches different, country people in different countries. So yeah,
yeah.
it definitely should be on that top 10
Hey,
list.
Carrie, check this out. What?
Oh my God, do we have the
We
same,
got the same
almost the
glasses.
same
What?
glasses?
What? Girl, this is the only. Hey, listen, I'm gonna make. I got a
See,
confession to make. They
you
only
know
have
what it
these
is? It's
because
great
my head is
minds,
so big.
great minds think alike.
This is true.
That's what it is.
And hey, you were always you were super fly. Carrie's always one of the flyest dressing people I have. I have a hey boy coming to the studio. But anyway, so I don't know. I feel like we want to know about you. So you with the sounds, obviously you weren't born in the band. You weren't born in the sounds, right? Where you from? Where you from?
Almost.
What's your I know,
I'm
pretty much.
actually, I'm actually from New Jersey. I'm an East Coast girl, and I say that I am an East Coast girl, but really I'm not because I was raised here.
Hmm,
But Jersey is in my heart, definitely. Yeah.
okay.
So I was
So
born in New
Jersey
Jersey. I was raised in, yep.
raised in New Jersey. Was
Went,
it
yep.
what brought you to Minneapolis?
My father. Yeah. My father, he brought me here. So, yeah.
And then while you were there, you just said, I can sing a little bit. Let me go join this group. Let me
No,
become a part of this
actually,
iconic song.
actually, no. It's really weird. It was a fluke in two different instances. I was actually, when I was growing up, I studied classical piano. So that was my thing. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And then I was told, well, okay, so we want you to start singing. I was like, I don't want to sing. I want to keep playing piano. I don't want to sing. I was never interested in singing.
Right.
So then, I was, got up in the little junior choir and started singing, and I liked it. And then, I was singing in, school and things like that. Never really took it super seriously. It was just something fun to do. And then there was one of my high school counselors. He said, why don't you go and, audition for the Sounds? And I was like, nah, because I was in high school. I was doing my little cheerleading thing. And, I wanted to have fun after school. I didn't want to be, in some group. So I was like, then I had another friend who actually wanted to audition. So I went with her for support, went in, and I think it was Gary who convinced me. He was like, why don't you just come on in and audition? So I did. And I actually made it and she didn't. And I feel bad for her. She eventually made it, I think maybe a year or two later. But yeah, that's how I got into the Sounds. And I auditioned in my cheerleading outfit.
There's no way. And fast forward a few years, and now you're on the Billboard Music Awards. Now, I and a lot of other people
Yeah.
saw you and the Sounds on the Billboard Music Awards. You were doing something that would really caught me off guard, and that was doing "Optimistic" as an a cappella version. I was
Yeah.
really caught off
Right?
guard by that because the drum pattern is
I
so
love,
significant. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
you
I
guys flipped
know.
that and ripped that. Whose
Mm-hmm.
idea was that?
Mm-hmm. I think it was the executives for Billboard.
Okay, how about that?
But I really liked it. I think it was just really like super pure,
Yeah.
and it was just, I don't know, it was just a different vibe. And then it, showcased everybody's voices. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is not auto-tune.
Yeah.
This is a real deal,
No, that
you
the
know?
best part about watching something like that for me is that I know those are real singers up there. I know that
Yeah.
each one of them is
Yeah.
really, really singing, and there's no auto tune, there's no tape tracks, no none
Hmm.
of that is happening. I know because
That's
remember I was on
right.
tour with you guys. I did the tour. I did a tour with you guys one time.
That's right.
Remember I went to the HBCUs and I got into a fight with the guy because he tried to turn off all my sound, and I ended up diving across the mixer at him. It was ugly, but I was wild in those days. And I didn't care. I didn't care.
You know what?
Breaking stuff. Because my sound was so important to me. So Carrie's from New Jersey, you round the way girl and all that. So Minneapolis though, boy, Minneapolis has changed a lot since we both arrived there right or started working around the same time. I think in the
Yeah.
early '90s, and
Yep,
Minneapolis
yep.
has changed a whole lot since then, hasn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
my goodness, so much.
Um, yeah, I think it has. I actually left Minneapolis for a while. I moved back to New Jersey for 5 years
Ah,
and then came back here. But yes, it is definitely, I think, first of all, it's gotten bigger.
definitely
Downtown, is just growing in leaps and
amazing.
bounds, so many. But I think definitely noticeable just, politically,
Yeah,
the climate.
the
I
climate.
think it's not bad here. It's just things, definitely have come to light, especially, since George Floyd. But yeah, I
Yes,
think
I was gonna go there. I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's become the
Yes, it
hotbed of the
has.
country in terms of
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
ground is literally on fire every night, trying to get the
Yeah.
people's voices heard in this situation, and it's a beautiful thing. I mean, and I
Absolutely.
think God chose Minneapolis because of a lot of reasons, and I'm just
Yeah.
happy that you guys are there in the middle of it and so forth. Now, recently you guys did a performance, didn't you? You did a performance with in
Yes, we did.
Minneapolis
We did on the anniversary of George
on the
Floyd's death.
anniversary.
We did.
You
That was
did.
Tuesday.
How was that?
Yes,
Was
we
that
did a
good?
performance with Common. Yes,
With Common? Did you guys know Common was
yeah,
coming? You didn't know he was coming, did you?
yeah.
Did you know? You guys didn't. Nobody
I
told
knew.
me.
I don't think that.
But it's okay though because
Oh,
guess
that's a
what?
nice picture.
I got spies on the ground, baby.
All
I got spies on the
right.
ground, baby. Check this out.
All
What I see?
right.
Oh, what I see? I see
Oh
Common
my gosh.
up there, and then I see Carrie to the left. I don't know who
Wow.
this lady is with the sign, but I was like, lady, put that sign down. So we
Oh
can see
my. Were
Carrie.
you there? Or you had somebody? Oh my gosh.
Put your phone down, lady. Carrie's right behind that. Wait a minute. There's Carrie. Go.
There
Go,
I
Carrie.
am.
Carrie, Carrie's baby. Hey. Oh, yes.
You're so stupid.
That is so. Look at you, girl. Go, girl. Look at my friends. Sounds of Blackness. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so hot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Carrie, come on now. Come on. Common showed up, and y'all just y'all showed out like y'all
Yep,
always
Common
do.
showed up. We showed out. But it was
Whew.
definitely for the people, because
For the people.
it's been such a stressful. I'm gonna say 2 years, because COVID. That's been extremely, a stressful situation. I think. And then also just the whole political issues regarding policing,
Right.
and of course I'm gonna say it, Trump. You can't get past that. So it's
He
been
breaks
really
things.
stressful. Yeah, honey, yes, he breaks things, he breaks spirits. you know yes.
Yeah, whenever you say
So
that name.
right
Woo.
right, yeah,
But
but it was
yeah,
definitely, you know just seeing all those people out there,
yeah,
to show up for, the anniversary of his death, and just to celebrate him, and just, to be able to uplift.
yeah.
And then there were some other families of victims of
Oh wow.
police brutality
Right.
there as well. So I felt like it was an honor for us to be there. It was
I think so
definitely an
too. And I
honor.
mean, having Common show up the way he did, I mean that's huge,
Yeah.
But
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
He's always, yeah.
that's huge.
He's a great
You
person.
know,
Yeah.
he's from Chicago to Chicago, and that's the funny thing. When I thought about
Yep.
that, from Chicago to Chicago Ave, and that's pretty amazing. But to do that, you guys sounded really good out there too. And one of the things that
Oh, thank you.
one thing I know for sure is like you guys are already singing, and like we talked about earlier, you're singing. You've been straddled by some real
Look at
singers
you.
in your career. I mean, that's Ann and Missy right there.
Yeah.
Ann Nesby
Yep.
and Jamesia. And
And that's Terry in the back.
and that's Terry and Jimmy. That's Jimmy on the keys and Terry with the bass.
That's
I
Terry and
recognize that
Jimmy.
bass.
Yep. Yep.
Terry, we
And
spent
Terry,
many a
yeah.
long night in the studio where Terry would have an idea and he would throw you on a record in a background,
Oh,
singing those sweet melodies
yeah.
and harmonies. You sing on a lot of records that people don't know about. Lots of records, bro. I've seen it. I
Yeah.
can't. I
Oh
don't
my
even. I lost
gosh.
track. I don't even know, but I hope you know because there's a
I
lot.
know. Oh, no. It's been so long. Oh my gosh. I remember just recently I was with a bunch of friends of mine, and we were listening. I think it was Isaac Hayes. You remember his album?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we sang I think it was me, Missy, and it might have been Marie. Um and I think the album was called The Impetus Is Love.
The impetus is
Do you
love.
remember
The
that one?
impetus is love. Yeah, it had to be so
Yes.
smooth. My
Yeah,
sister.
come on, baby.
Come on, baby. Make it like the 70s again, baby. Come on.
Yes.
You know what time
So
it is.
that
That's wonderful.
oh my gosh, there's been so many things. I know Missy and Ann, they did Missy, Ann, I believe Marie, they did Sting. I mean, we did the Disney project, John Henry.
Mm-hmm.
We did the Disney cartoon, and I sang
Yep.
on that. I was the voice of the wife, Polly.
I remember. Trust me, I
Um,
remember all those demos. We recorded some
oh
Disney.
my gosh, there have been so many. I had to go back and look at my resume
I
to
know.
remember all of the things that I've been blessed to do.
Yeah.
Actually, definitely blessed to do.
Well, you know what?
So
you and I go way back, though, Carrie.
yes,
We go
yes,
way
yes,
back. I want to
yes.
show you a picture you probably have never seen before. But this is a time when you and I were on the same team. Jimmy Jam was our coach. We were that's me, the skinny guy.
Oh my gosh,
Second
that
from
was
the
the
left.
That
That's
was a
you.
picnic.
Far right, a picnic back in the early '90s or somewhere.
Oh my gosh, please, please, please send me that picture. I cannot believe you have
We were on the
that.
same team, and Jimmy Jam is there arguing for a run. He's like, wait a minute though, because if the man don't actually touch the bag, then how is that? How does that count?
Oh my
It was one of
gosh.
those situations.
You have such a good memory.
I love
Please,
it.
please, please send me that picture.
Like
That
a
is
steel trap,
absolute.
like a steel trap. I do.
All
Carrie,
right.
guess what?
All
I'll play a
right.
little game with you now if that's all right with you.
Okay.
See, because what I do is I like to bring some of my guests on, and then I like to show them some images, just kind of get some feedback. Like, what do you think? What comes to mind when you see this? It's one of those kind of games. So real simple. Here it is.
Okay.
Image number one. Red bottoms for you or Nike red bottoms? Which is Louis Vuittons or the Nikes?
Oh, the Louis Vuittons. Yeah, definitely. I like heels. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go.
I'm trying to get into tennis shoes, but I'm sorry. I like heels.
The heels
those
have
are-
spoken.
yeah.
I'm not surprised because, like I said, Carrie, I've
Yes,
seen
the
your
heels.
outfits, girl. Girl can dress, boy. The girl can dress. So, all right, Carrie. All right, Pepsi or Coke, Carrie? Pepsi or Coke?
Honestly, if I did drink soda, it would be Pepsi.
It'd be Pepsi if she
Pepsi.
did drink Coke.
Yeah,
Y'all heard
it'd
that,
be
everybody? All right, I
Pepsi.
got one more image for
I'm
you.
sorry.
One more
I'm sorry. I
image.
hope the Coke people aren't listening.
Ooh, let's check this out. Yeah, you don't want to turn your back on Coke now, because them Coke people's got dope. They got the dope.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
reindeer next year or not?
Wait a minute.
Reindeer or
So
not?
wait,
this
what
year?
do
What's
you-
up? Coming back. Another reindeer.
Are they coming back? You know what? They're coming back.
Good.
They're coming back in
That's
full
what's up.
effect.
Keep
Yes,
them chitlins
yes,
dancing.
yes. And we may
keep
even
them
have
reindeers
some
coming.
new stuff for you. Yeah. We're gonna have some new moves, some new stuff.
That's what's up. I expect
So
to see
yeah,
that.
we're coming back.
Speaking of new stuff, let's see what else I got here. I got this. What's happening with this? This is coming down the pike right now.
Oh yes, 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 yes,
Talk
yes.
to me.
So yes, Reparations is coming out. Gary wrote the song. It's coming out on June 19th. So that is coming up. Misi wrote a song, and it's called "You're Gonna Win." That's coming out late summer. And then I wrote a song. It's called "Hold Up Your Light," and that is gonna come out in later on this year, like in
Yes.
autumn sometime. But yes. So please be on the lookout for time for reparations. Macy's joint that's coming out, and You're Gonna Win. And my song that's coming out, Hold Up Your Light. So we got some new stuff coming out for you, all the fans. You know, please don't forget about us. We have not forgotten about you. We are so grateful that you've been fans and have, just, followed us all of these years and supported us. So, and our new fans, yes, we definitely have some stuff coming out for you. So be on the lookout.
Well,
Look at that.
makes
Look at
feel
me.
good.
Look at us. Look at us here. Look at here. Look at here now.
Look at y'all.
Look what
like
God-
the
look what
Avengers.
God
Like,
did.
This should be like the new Black Panther movie right here.
Right.
Let's go.
That's
Girl
right.
power.
That's called We Ain't Playing.
Y'all don't
Right.
play, man. I love y'all, man. Got lots of people looking for the new
We
music.
love you
Lots
back.
of people in our chats and stuff, Carrie. So what's the future hold for Miss Carrie? What's coming up? What's next, baby? What's next before I let you get out of here? Talk to me. What's going on?
Hey, I'm telling you, I am definitely still working on music because actually I love to sing, but songwriting is definitely more, I'd say it was closer to my heart than actually singing. So yeah, I'm definitely,
You sing so
matter of fact,
effortlessly.
I love to sing, but I also love to write. So yeah, definitely look for Hold Up Your Light coming out in later on this year. And again, Time for Reparations, that's coming out Juneteenth. And then of course, Macy's You're Gonna Win, that's coming out this summer. And all of them are, definitely in
Y'all
for
working,
a treat.
man. Y'all is working.
We are working.
That's good.
That's
because you're
right.
still
Matter
young.
of fact,
Look, the Rolling Stones are like
That's right.
125 years old, and they are still touring. So
that's right. This is when you love music, it does not matter how old you are. You got to keep it's in your blood. When it's in your blood, you don't stop because of, well, I'm too old or I'm too this or you don't stop because music is just it's eternal. and it will always be in your blood. If you're a true musician, no, you don't stop.
Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah.
I love this lady right here. Carrie Harrington was one of my favorites, one of the sweetest girls, man. I remember when I first met you, when I first came into the camp, and you were there, the sounds were there, and all these people, all these eyes were on me, and then you were smiling at me, and I was like, but wait a minute, she's kind of cute. This could be bad. But we became good friends and remained that over the years. Carrie, I love you, baby, and I'm so glad to see you doing so well and seeing you on TV.
Love you back.
I get goosebumps every time I see you guys, so keep doing it, man. Don't stop. Don't stop. I love you.
All right, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Carrie Harrington. Oh,
it's
say goodbye to
Harrington.
Carrie, everybody. And like I said, first voice you hear on that classic hit, Optimistic by the Sounds of Blackness. That is Carrie Harrington. And she's sang on so many things, and she's performed all over the world for kings and queens and all four. Oh, my God. I'm so excited to have her as my guest on the show, and I'm looking forward to getting some feedback about, what you guys think about such a strong, dynamic black woman who's representing herself in the positive light constantly, always, as long as I've known her, man. And sharing a message of love and hope along with the rest of the Sounds of Blackness under the tutelage of the one and only, what's his name? Dr. Gary Harrington, man, with all the trophies. I love that brother too because of the message he shares and the hope he brings to the neighborhoods. Man, I just seen him do it out of small churches in Minneapolis, keeping this group together for all these years, and without failing, without concern, and without fear. Just like this message is going to be delivered, it's going to be timely, like as if he had a message from God himself. And I'm proud to know the brother, proud to know the group. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into my show, representing the Sounds of Blackness, and Carrie Harrington, singer-songwriter. Guess who my next guest is? It's Mr. Pete Rose. He's the president and CEO of BMA, a cable TV situation out of Minneapolis, St. Paul. He runs Urban Mass Media, and he's always been on the ground trying to help these same folks I'm talking about right now get their music heard, get their faces seen, et cetera, man. Great guy. I'm looking forward to a show with him. That's coming up this Tuesday, June 1st. Only reason I know that date is because I'm looking at my calendar. Guess what? You want to catch up with me on social media? You can. I'm not that hard to find. Madjef Music Show. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on all these places, man. You can even buy me a cup of coffee if you want to. I've written lots of music and beats and stuff like that, and I put them out there for people to buy and sell and use to create beats and songs. And you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised who's used some of my samples. But let me just say, Max Martin. Oops, I did it again. Did I say that? Skipping right ahead. Written some books too, because I want to put young people in touch with the knowledge they need in order to get a career like this happening and make it happen and keep it happening. So having said all of that, I'm pretty much out of air. But I have a very important message that I don't want to go without having one serious moment to discuss. And that is the message of suicide prevention in our country. Here's a hotline. It's 1-800-273-TALK. And if you're in a situation where you don't feel good, you're not sure about what's happening in your world, nobody to talk to, nobody to turn to, pick up your phone. Reach out to somebody, call somebody, ask some questions. There are people that love you. We love you. And I could guarantee you that these folks right here love you. They love you. And that's why they've been spreading this message of love all this time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is my show. Man, I hate this part. Because this is the part where I don't have any more buttons to push, and I actually have to say goodbye. Until we meet again. One love. This is Madjef, the Madjef Music Show. Man, y'all hot, man. Y'all hot. Come on back. But do me a favor. On your way out, though, understand that this is fire in my logo, and you will burn your hair. Scooch back outside, please. Slide outside.